Who were the Nephilim? These mysterious figures in the Bible have sparked centuries of debate. Were they fallen angels, the children of rebellion, or simply powerful rulers whose legends grew with time? Tonight, we'll dive deep into scripture, ancient writings, archaeology, and global myths to uncover the mystery of the Nephilim. The story begins in Genesis 6, verse 4. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of men and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. But who were these sons of God? Were they angels or humans? This verse alone has fueled more theories than almost any other in the Old Testament. One of the earliest explanations comes from Jewish tradition. The Book of Enoch, a text found among the Dead Sea Scrolls, describes angels called the Watchers who rebelled against God. They descended to earth, took human wives, and their children became giants of extraordinary size and violence. This story influenced early Christian writers, too. Church fathers like Justin Martyr and Irenaeus connected the Nephilim with fallen angels. Even Jude 6 and 2 Peter 2 verse 4 hint at angels who sinned and were bound in chains, a possible reference to this very event. But not everyone agrees. Some scholars point out that the Hebrew word Nephilim can mean fallen ones. Instead of angels, they believe the passage describes corrupt rulers and warriors. In other words, the Nephilim were not giant in size, but giants in reputation, tyrants who used their power to oppress the weak. A third view focuses on family lines. Here, the sons of God were the descendants of Seth, Adam's faithful son, while the daughters of men were from Cain's wicked line. Their union symbolized compromise, the mixing of righteousness with rebellion, producing a generation of corruption. This view shifts the focus away from giants and toward the dangers of spiritual compromise. But the mystery deepens. In Numbers 13:33, the Israelite spies reported, "We saw the Nephilim there. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them." Were the Nephilim truly present after the flood, or were the spies exaggerating out of fear? Some believe remnants survived, giving rise to figures like Goliath of Gath, the giant slain by David. The Jewish historian Josephus, writing in the 1st century, claimed there were giants before the flood and even afterward, whose bones could still be seen in his day. Other ancient rabbis taught that the flood was sent partly to destroy the corruption caused by the Nephilim. This shows that, for centuries, people truly believed the Nephilim were real, not just symbolic. And the Bible isn't alone in its giant stories. The Greeks had their titans. The Mesopotamians wrote of Gilgamesh, part divine and part human, and the Norse told of the Jotun. Even Native American legends speak of red-haired giants buried in great mounds. Could these be echoes of the same memory? Humanity's ancient encounter with beings larger than life? Some point to archaeology for answers. Over the years, giant skeletons have been claimed in newspapers, often with sensational photos. Most were hoaxes or misidentified animal remains. Still, ancient carvings from Babylon and Assyria show figures far larger than ordinary men, leaving us to wonder whether these depictions had roots in reality. But whether the Nephilim were giants, rulers, or symbols, the lesson remains the same. When humanity turns from God, corruption spreads quickly. Genesis tells us that in those days, violence filled the earth, and the flood came as judgment. So, who are the Nephilim? Fallen angels? Tyrant kings? Or the result of compromise between good and evil? The Bible leaves the door open for mystery, perhaps to remind us that some questions draw us closer to God in search of truth. The Nephilim show us that strength without God leads to ruin, but with God, even the smallest person can stand against giants. What do you think? Were the Nephilim real giants or symbols of rebellion? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe as we continue uncovering the mysteries of the Bible.